Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. It's Cody, Gotham's Caped Crusader, and we're keeping it geekly. Yes, this is your number one stop for all things geek culture, from comic books to video games, and so much more. Now, before we dive right into that awesome geek culture and those fresh DC comics right off the press, I am really excited to tell you guys about our big announcement today. We are signing up with Streamers for a Cause and Magic Wheelchairs to raise money to help a child get an epic wheelchair costume this year. And man, there's going to be more dropping on that soon, but I am really excited. Stay up to date with that on my Twitter or in my Discord. Now, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and just dive right in and let's see what's buzzing in the geek world. So first things first, we finally got a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack price, as well as a little bit of extra details. Now, we were already expecting the Nintendo 64 as well as the Sega Genesis to make its way to the Nintendo Switch Online library, but the Happy Home Paradise DLC was something that was just revealed earlier today. Now, something else to reflect on that was revealed was also the pricing. It looks like for 12 months, an individual membership is going to net you $50 USD, with the family membership netting you $80 USD. Now, that is a little bit of a price jump. We predicted a $15 increase, but it looks like for the individual membership, it's jumping up to about $30. Now, for the family membership, we're seeing a price increase of roughly about $40. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the family plan can have up to 8 people on it at any given time, so you're roughly paying about $10 a year. And to me, that is not anything to really fuss too much about. Now, some awesome news, but I am left wondering what's going to happen when GameCube rolls out its library, as well as are we going to be left having to be bonded to internet to play these DLCs when utilizing that Nintendo Switch Online expansion? Now, on to our next piece of news. It looks like Apple Music may be heading to the PS5. Now, with several apps already making its home with the PS5, it looks like Apple Music may be making its way there, and this is to the surprise of many PlayStation 5 users. Now, at launch, the Sony PS5 did not have many entertainment apps available, but that is quickly changing as we're seeing things such as Tidal, Pandora Radio, and Spotify. Users can now listen to that music while they enjoy their game, and Apple Music may be making its way soon. Now, going verbatim off this Game Rant article, it looks like a new image uploaded to Apple Music subreddit suggests the service is on its way to PS5. The image uploaded by Holy War 1990 is a picture of their screen displaying the music tab of the PS5's control center, displaying the prompt to start streaming music. So obviously take this one with a grain of salt, but Sony and Apple have done past collaborations, so this could be something that is making its way to us, but only time will tell, so we will do our best to stay on top of it. Now, on to our last piece of news. It looks like Spider-Man Into the Spider 2 has finally leaked its new name. Now, before most of these major news outlets heard this, you could even get on my Facebook or Twitter. We were dropping this news hot off the press, and it looks like the title is going to be called Across the Spider-Verse. Now, take this with a grain of salt as well, but this leak is coming straight from a LinkedIn account that was just recently shut down, coming from CFX supervisor Simon Kubax, who listed Across the Spider-Verse as his previous work. Now, like I said, Across the Spider-Verse is still yet to be confirmed by a validated source, but that LinkedIn update does have us buzzing. With that being said, that does wrap up This Week in Geek, but stay tuned, we got those fresh polls coming right off the press. Now, first things first is going to be I Am Batman issue number 2, written by John Ridley, with art being done by Stefan Segovia. Now, we begin with Jace Fox fully embracing the mantle of Batman as he's tracking down a group of thugs that just robbed a store, with Jace in particularly finding one that has a warehouse full of 6 dead bodies that just exploded to look like an accident. We're then introduced to Morris, who just so happened to kill a masked vigilante and is set up to be the scapegoat to further enhance that open season on Gotham for anyone wearing a mask. Now, I am loving Jace Fox's Batman more and more each and every issue I read. I'm so happy we are diving back into it, and we're starting to see how he fully embraces that as we dig deeper into Future State. Now, this brings us to our next issue, which is going to be Titans United issue number 2, written by Kevin Scott, with art being done by Jose Lewis. Now, Operation Safeguard begins with Hawk taking down Kite Man, but little does he know that he's stolen all of the Titans' abilities, just like Evan did in San Francisco. Now, with Connor at the base, due to losing his abilities left and right, we see him begin to dig deeper and deeper into Evan and Kite Man's relationships, and he pieces it together that they were treated at the same prison by none other than Dr. Matthew Rosebeck. Now, this rabbit hole is going to get a lot deeper as we find out that Dr. Rosebeck also has research from none other than Cadmus, where Connor was created and cloned. Now, the ending of this book left me jaw-dropped, and I'm telling you, you definitely don't want to miss it. Another book that you don't want to miss is going to be Batman the Imposter, Book 1, written by Madison Tomlin, with art by Andrea Sorrento. This book begins with Bruce Wayne smashing into the home of Dr. Leslie Tompkins, and he's bleeding to death, and she's left deciding whether to call the cops or to patch him up. Now, this was Bruce Wayne's therapist when he was a kid, and she demands that he sits down and tells her exactly what's going on and why he's doing this. Now, this brings Bruce to recollecting his day, and things are going to get a lot darker for our Caped Crusader because there's an imposter in Gotham, and he's killing the citizens dressed as Batman. Darker and grimmer with each and every page, and things are not looking good for Bruce as he has a limited time window. Now, with that being said, guys, that does wrap up today's podcast. You can catch me on all of my respective social media platforms at Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so much more at Job for Cody. And as always, if you like today's video, be sure to smash that red subscription button and turn on notifications to be alerted anytime I drop more content. As always, guys, keep it geekly.